So, so I had this very fortunate experience very early on in my life, and I was 16 years old. I was a board student in high school, and my mother was very interested in astrology. I was living in Zurich, where I grew up in Switzerland, and my mother said, "Hey, we have this family friend. You've known him since you were a little boy." I used to call him Uncle. He used to come stay with us for times. My parents met him in India in the 50s, way before I was born. And she said, "Why don't you go study astrology with him? You seem bored in school." And I'm like, "Okay, whatever." I didn't know better. I was 16 years old. So I got on my little moped, went down the hill, and knocked on his door and said, he said, "So you want to study astrology?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I guess." I sat down with him, and literally 10 minutes into my first lesson, I had this absolute clear insight. This is what I'm going to do all my life. It was one of those moments. And my second thought right after it was, and I'm going to do it full time when I turn 40. So I did a lot of other things. I started a lot of things. I ran different businesses. I did many other professions, but my astrological work was the red thread through it all. So I've really never stopped doing it professionally for now 48 years. I'm 64 now. So it's been a long time, and it was totally clear. So I actually ended up doing astrology full time at the age of 38, not quite 40, so a little earlier. But that was the trajectory. So it was just something to me. It's a remembering. I think I've done this in other lives. It's something that's very natural to me, and I'm also always really curious to learn new things and to explore new ways. It's a fascinating language that is well worth playing with and learning about, because it can answer so many questions that are human. Why am I here? Where am I going? Who are you? Those kinds of questions that are so basic. We can answer them all with astrology. That's quite extraordinary.